Hey guys, so I wanted to do a quick review of how to set up the intro and body paragraphs of your research papers. So if you go to week 22 with the ice skates, there is this materials link. So you open this up and there's two things that are really helpful here. First thing is just kind of a rough outline of what the essay should look like. It doesn't have all the body paragraphs, but it gives you a review of the setup. So your cover page, which I've explained on a different screencast, and it has a sample intro paragraph. Remember, on the first page of your body paragraphs, you want to put your title again bolded at the top, and then you want to keep your intro paragraph very short and sweet. So basically, what is your topic about? And then what is your opinion? What's your thesis? And that comes at the end. This is only 3 sentences. So 3 to 4 sentences is enough because then you're going to get into your background information subtopic. So you can see how you have a short intro, and obviously you can read through that on your own. And then you probably want to start with background information. And then I've added a sample subtopic here. And I want to show you how I put together this first section of text. So if you're back under week 22, you can see this delicious double cheeseburger. Hopefully it's not lunchtime. You're probably really hungry right now looking at this. But you want to think about every subtopic as your restaurant, like McDonald's, let's say, and you're focusing your burger of research on that particular restaurant. You want to include 3 things in each research sandwich. So you want to include important background information and a lead into your quote, the meats, the ketchup, the pickles, the cheese. That's your actual quote plus a citation. And then the bottom bun of your cheeseburger is your explanation of the quote, why it's important, how does it connect to your argument. A lot of students leave this part out. And this is actually the most important part. This is your opinion. So you want to make sure that you keep that in there. So I'm coming back, and my example is also underneath the cheeseburger. But I'm coming back to my research doc. So, okay, I'm ready to move on to this next subtopic. I've finished my background information subtopic. And now I'm writing about protests. And you can see I have my top bun. This is some background about the quote and a lead into the quote, according to the New York Times, colon, and then I have my actual quote from the text with a citation. For citations, we're going to go through them more in class, next class, but it's usually just author's last name, comma, the year, or the title of the text, comma, the year, if you don't have the author's last name. Finally, I have an explanation of my quote, why it's important and how it connects to my thesis. Again, you have this, you can read it on your own, but something important to note, this doesn't mean that I'm done with my subtopic about protests. So let's say I go to my Noodle Tools and I have another good quote about protests. I would just create another research sandwich here. So add a transition word, moreover, or in addition, and then go on with the same system. So some background, another quote, and some more information. And you can continue this until you are out of ideas about protests or whatever your subtopic is. And then you move on to your next subtopic. So you would bold it and name it. You don't want it highlighted like that, but you would do it just like that and then continue on. If you think about it this way, it makes it go really quickly and it's easy to translate your note cards into actual text. So for instance, here I am on Noodle Tools, go into my projects, go into my note cards, and when I open my note cards, I already kind of have my subtopic, and then I have a little bit of background, and I have my quote, my meat and cheese and tomatoes. And then down here, I have the beginning of the blue section of that bottom bun. So these note cards are easy to translate into text. Same thing if you did the Google Doc version. You can do the same thing here. You have your bun meets bun. All right, I'm going to run out of time.